I'm going to do a short past paper question on creditors reconciliation. Okay, they give you some background information. Coxted Traders buys on credit from Underberg, and then they give you a creditors ledger and they give you a statement. Now, whenever you're doing creditors reconciliation, you must identify who we are and second who they are, who the creditor is. So in our creditors ledger, that's us, we are Coxted, and they are Underberg. Now it's easy to see, did Coxted make the error or did Underberg? Once you've identified that, you can put the amount under the correct column, and then you just need to decide, do I need to add or do I need to subtract? Okay, so they give you the creditors ledger, they give you the statement, and now they're going to explain the differences. The first one here, invoices 443, was recorded incorrectly in the creditors ledger. That means we are wrong. So if you look at that invoice 443, in the creditors statement, it's 7740, and we record it as 4770. Can you see you haven't added enough to what you owe to Underberg? So therefore you're going to work out the difference. That comes to 2970, and you need to add that on to what we owe to the creditor. The second one, the statement did not reflect the discount, so they are wrong there. If you look at the amount of the discount, it was 750. If you receive a discount that decreases, so you minus the 750 that we owe to Underberg. Number 3, it was discovered that an invoice number 568 on the statement included goods valued at 1,000 Rand ordered by the warehouse manager, and the manager is facing disciplinary action. Okay, if you have a look at this, you'll see that they said that the invoice was for 6640 and we said it was for 5640. Irrespective of who ordered the goods, who the goods were ordered for, we owe the full 6640 to the creditor. It's up to us at a later stage to try and take disciplinary action for the theft of that stock that's obviously taken place. So we can't say we only owe 5640. We actually owe 6640, so we need to add 1,000 Rand on to the amount that we owe to them. Then goods valued at 980 we returned on the 18th. It was shown as a debit entry in both the creditor's ledger as well as the statement. Now it is correct that we debited this debit note here, because remember, creditors are minus plus. If stuff is returned, it decreases what we owe. However, they've also recorded on the debit side. Now we are an asset to them, which means they've added 980 to what we owe them. So they've added 980, but they should have subtracted 980. So you need to decrease the amount, but not only by 980. If you decrease by 980, you'll get to 0. So you need to actually double the amount. So you can take 980 times 2 and decrease what we owe to them by 1960. You can show that as two separate entries, but at the end of the day, you must remember to double the amount because they added something instead of subtracting something. Then invoice number 772 on the statement was an error made by Underberg Suppliers. We did not purchase these goods. So they are wrong there. They've charged us 3,860, but we didn't actually purchase those goods. So that is going to need to decrease what we owe to Underberg Suppliers. Alright, and then they tell you that the statement was received on the 25th of May. That's why it stops here on the 22nd. Okay, but there, over here on the 28th is another transaction, and that's an invoice that appears in the creditor's ledger, okay, but hasn't been recorded by Underberg Suppliers. So therefore that amount of money is owed to them. It hasn't appeared on the statement, so you're going to add it. When you're done, you add up the two sides and they must be equal. Just one word of advice, if they are not equal, it's very difficult to do, but you need to learn to leave the question and to continue, and only come back and try and find out where you've gone wrong if you've got enough time. Don't waste time trying to get these two numbers to be equal. Very often what you end up doing then is you end up changing something that was actually correct in the first place. So leave it, carry on. If you've got time at the end of the exam, come back and try and find out where you have actually made the error. Okay, that was short for today. Thanks for now.